Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Whiteboard Reactions coming back with another reaction to a video, and today I finally we're moving on to the next sort of I would say chapter, but I would say move on to the next fucking video. We've had such a roller coaster these past couple of weeks. I've been struggling to get videos up purely because of the virus, and I hope you guys are still staying strong out there, and we'll get through this. We always fucking do. We've gone through worse, I think, as a human race, but it is what it is. So today we're going to be diving more into World of Warcraft. I've been absolutely fucking loving the World of Warcraft in a minute. I'm still debating on whether to play it again. I just don't think it's a game I can play, but I tell you what, I could sit back and watch all the trailers, everything. So today we're going to be back to the World of Warcraft Misfits of Pandaria. I think I say it. Cinematic trailer. Now, really quick, I've played you guys know that I play a lot of League of Legends. I've also played a lot of Heroes of the Storm, and my favourite person is Cho, or something like that, the panda guy, and I think that is related to this, so I'm really quite excited. I don't know why he's my favourite, I just like him. So we're going to be doing this today, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get straight to it, shall we? Let's go. I think this is quite an old one, because I remember this like, I haven't seen a specific one, but I remember, like, my friends back in school was all about it. So
why we fight.
I didn't check the date.
Is to ask why the leaves fall. It is in their nature. Perhaps there is a better question.
Blizzard Entertainment. I guess orcs versus humans in it. I don't get. Why would you make a massive spear when you've got that ginormous knife? Or like you could even class it as a saber, wouldn't you? I understand that you could sharpen it again, you could have more weaponry, but I don't know. We'll let it roll. Who am I to judge? I haven't been stranded in the jungle before. I was freaking out there. Oh, it blended in with his collar. You couldn't see it. Oh, it is. It is about to come through Panda.
Why do we fight? To protect home and family. To preserve balance and bring harmony.
From this wild, dusty place now.
For my kind, the true question
Don't they drink
is,
all the time? They just drink,
what is worth fighting for?
Mists of Pandaria. that was good. That was good. I mean, let's quickly have a look. See how long it was. Yeah, 2012. I was how old was I at that point? I can't even remember. Probably about 12, 13. Probably was at that time. Long time ago. I mean, for if you think about it, like, yeah, you probably look at about 6, 7, 8 years or whatever the number is, you know, from this point to there, 9 years or 9 years? No, it wouldn't be 9 years, would it? I don't know, whatever number it is. I mean, the graphics are really good. I mean, like, if you go from when the cannon's firing, look, it's very clear. It looks almost not necessarily like nowadays, but like nowadays it's obviously very good. You have that 4K extreme detail. It's still really good, which I quite like. And then I haven't watched tons of the World of Warcraft. And I think over the course of these coming weeks, months, we will be actually having a look at probably almost all of them. But it always seems to be that orcs are always fighting the human, in it, all the time. I mean, I've watched the movie Warcraft, which was an absolutely phenomenal movie. Again, you guys who are big fans of the World of Warcraft, play all the time, might not like it. You always kind of find that, don't you? The people who are big fans of that certain franchise, and when they make a film, or the complete opposite, like, for example, if it was a film and they make it into a game, or if it was a game and they make it into a film, the people don't tend to like the film sometimes. I don't know. I really enjoyed it personally, and again, it started off with the human fighting the orcs. So I think is that like kind of like the start? Was that like World of Warcraft at its base, like just humans versus orcs, and then they brung in, and they obviously had the dwarves and the elves and things as well, but that was like the big thing to start off with? Maybe, I don't know, or maybe it's the most iconic thing, you know. I don't know how you taste it. Yeah, I don't know why you sharpen the stick. You always see it in films, don't you, and movies as well, where they always sharpen a fat stick, and they've got this well sharp knife. You do realize that knife will become blunt eventually from sharpening it. It's a natural occurrence, isn't it? Unless you have a stone and you resharpen it, or you have a whetstone. But is that so you could hunt? Maybe, like, it makes sense because you have range. I don't know. I haven't survived in the jungle. So anyone out there who might be watching this who survived out in the jungle before, like got stranded, and you built a spear, what's the reason for that? I'm very curious. I've never asked that question before. But yeah, I mean, it's quite a difficult one to analyze. It's just a really fun one to watch. As soon as you saw this, you can clearly see it's a made structure. Whether it's man-made, orc-made, elf-made, dwarf-made, it doesn't really matter. At this time, obviously, it was made by the Pandarians, whatever they're called. And he should have really been a bit, well, maybe there's some form of civilization, or it looks like some Aztec sort of stuff, doesn't it, at this point? But you couldn't really see him, because obviously his skin color's green, and obviously the moss is green, so you can't really see him. He's quite camouflaged. And obviously, yeah, he just does, you know, the orc roar. I don't know why they always do that roar. It's just sort of that sort of, you know, I don't know, it's that sort of brutality in it, of just pure will and strength. Now, this is really interesting. I've said in previous videos, League videos and other videos, I've always just been a huge fan of the sort of Japanese, Chinesey, that sort of culture. I've always liked these sort of, you know, the more the structures, not necessarily way of life. I quite like the structures. You know, it's just a very calming thing. And obviously, like, you look at here, it looks like it's old and like mossy, and it's just horrible. But then obviously, if we quickly jump to where it comes back and shows, it's not actually that mossy. I mean, it looks a little bit mossy, but it's not. But because there's no light there, you make it think it's abandoned stuff, which is really, really powerful. One thing I like the most is that when he breaks it, when does he break the thing? Look, his eyes is just like fucking staring into your soul. I mean, you can kind of perceive that however you want, but it kind of, from like my perspective, it's like when he broke this. I mean, if you actually look at it, when he broke it, what was it he broke? And you hear that growl. I swear pandas don't fucking growl. It was like a tiger growl. So again, that could reinforce that, you know, the orcs are always been about, you know, the chieftain, the toughest, you know, and if you resemble a lion or a tiger, has always been the king of the jungle. You know, it's right at the top of the food chain in terms of, you know, in the jungle area between the animal kingdoms. And I guess, I don't know, maybe that's just me looking into it more, but then he like smash. And again, it was actually a tiger. I didn't realize that, so that's kind of interesting. And then it's a panda behind it. So again, that's kind of like reinforcing the sort of like surprise, you know, like we're mischievous. They're very majestic. I mean, when you like done that, he kind of destroyed a bit of his property. That could be 1,000-year history. And I think from the panda's eye, looking at this orc thing, maybe not a human thing yet, but the orc thing, or maybe both of them, I don't know, however you want to perceive it, as kind of like, you're kind of disrespectful. But again, because they're quite majestic, peaceful, and very clarity in their own mind, they won't get annoyed. You know, like the Jedi, mate. They're like Jedi. They use the Force. And you can tell from their fight style. Very just, it's like Kung Fu Panda, man. It's like Kung Fu Panda, except from the fat panda's actually doing pretty well in this one. Before he, on the first one, he wasn't doing too good. That's brilliant. When the partner's sitting there and he's like, and they're like, I like tear that off with orc level strength, and he just puts it back on and then moves his stick like he's just super glued it back on. Bearing in mind it's pieces of wood, and it gives him the thing. It's like the enemy is my friend. They both want to attack this. But again, it's a very majestic fight style. It's not to kill, it's just purely defensive. Like how apparently the fighting style Wing Chun, if you guys have heard of that, it's apparently for women back in ancient China, and it was to fight off against men, and it was all pure defensive technique, fighting style. So it could be that adaptation, which is very interesting. And now you get to fight again. It's that sort of monk Aurora side of things with the little obviously Chinese hats, and then it kind of just zooms in, and it has obviously those trees. I don't know those trees. I don't know what trees these are, but. Yeah, then it kind of moves into that again. It's that sort of Shaolin monk style when these. I just love it. I think it looks absolutely. It's just peaceful and harmony, and I don't think you can fault it. And they're like he said, we fight for home. He don't fight for conquer. He don't fight for power. And I mean, even when he says he fights for home, it's not actually fighting. It's defensive. It's all defensive. They're not seeking anything out. They just want to live in peace, but they are willing to use defensive techniques. I've shown from the way he fights, he must be a master of some sort. Or a trainer, and then he picks up his giant keg of beer because he's probably had a good fight, and now he wants it. He smells it. He smells the liquor. Yeah, quite a good video. It's quite fun. Yeah, things I like about it, definitely like the graphics. The graphics, especially for 2012, are very, very good. Actually quite astounding. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I mean, technology in terms of, CGI and whatever else you want to call, is just whatever software they use, probably weren't advanced as it is now. Or maybe it is. I don't know, guys. Let me know if you guys, have expertise in this area. Was 2012 to 2020, sorry. I had to really think about it. I thought it was 2021. It's not. 2020, is it a huge difference? 8 years, is that a big difference? Technology seems to be advancing at an extreme rate, especially on the electrical, on the computing side of things. So I'm quite interested. But yeah, guys, we're going to have a lot of World of Warcraft stuff to come. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. I've got a few other ones. We've just done that Safe Haven and Warlords of Draenor, which we haven't done yet, and I will do very, very soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But if you guys have any others you'd like us to react, or even if it's not World of Warcraft, whether it's, Overwatch or whatever, we're always quite open and free to look at stuff, especially game related. So, yeah. Again, guys, thanks for all the support. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving to the regular viewers, my subscribers, comments, everything. I just appreciate it so much. I say it's every video, and I will continue to say every video. I just appreciate it. I have nothing but gratitude. But this is Whiteboard Reactions, guys. Sign off the video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below if you want to add anything, answer any questions I may have asked. It'll be great to hear your guys' comments and stuff. And again, if you have any other videos you'd like to react to, I'm more than happy to look at them. But yeah, guys, this is Whiteboard Reactions. Sign off this video. Until the next one, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you later. Peace.